Vicky here with you, and today we're going to be using the beautiful things that I got from Pandahall Selected. The link will be in the description box below on how you can find these products, as well as the discount code to use. And I wanted to use these here, which are the beautiful little charms that look like little angels. But I want to make this personal, right? Because this is how I roll. So these come with the bags, which is awesome, and they come with these little tags. So I figured for the little tags we could make some painty paper technique tags, and this way I make them my own, and it will be super fun then to be able to put the little angels on top of that. And how cool are these little arts? I want to keep these because I'm feeling like it would be fun to use on a project. What can I put it in? I have a little plastic bin that I got with something else. Oops. So let's put them in here just so that I don't lose them, and I can use these up later. For another project, because I love to reuse and not waste. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I'm doing 10 because I'm thinking it'd be fun to sell these on my Etsy store once they're completed. So I'm gonna have 10 to sell, and then I still have all of these because I do want to make some for gifts for employees and things like that, and friends for Christmas time. But I also want to be able to have some stuff in my store, which would be fun. So that's my reasoning behind this. So I've pulled out some paints, and we're just gonna have fun and paint. And I forgot to pull out my heat tool because I'm gonna probably need that, because I really want to finish this off in one session. And if I don't do it this way, then it's probably not gonna get done in one session. Okay, so for my painty paper techniques, if you know what I do, is I usually just put some paint on everything, and I'm gonna do one side and then do the other side, the reverse side after. So I have these here, which are just from shipping labels from UPS that my company uses, and they keep the labels for me, and I use these to put my paint on. And there goes my yellow. I think it's pretty much finished. Yeah, it's globby now. Okay. But I have another yellow close by, so if I need, I can use it. Let me put this aside. Usually I do the painty paper technique in the garage, but I didn't want to do this in the garage, especially since it's a small project. Plus, let's be honest, my garage right now, it's a mess. So, okay, I'm wondering if it would have been better to put white on top, but then again, I'm going to be putting a lot of layers, so it probably will turn out all good at the end anyway. I don't want to put too much paint because I do like when it gets to dry a little bit by itself without having to use the heat tool too much. I do have some ATCs some altered playing cards that are started but not finished. So like this, they're already gessoed, but that's it. So maybe I'm gonna do a few of this at the same time, because I always like to have a few ATCs ready to give out to people or to send in a happy mail and that sort of thing. So let's do this, since I still have some paint. Anyway, I'm gonna need to do the paint on the reverse of this, but still, I'm gonna put this. There's globs. I'm gonna remove the globs because I don't want globs on my items. Okay, so I've got that. Then I've got some green. And I wanted some bright, cheerful type of colors. So that's why I went with green, blue, and yellow. Obviously, I always use some black, and I also always use some white. You can see already how much this is changing the tags, and I figured that it's going to be really fun to have this for to have these on the background of the little angels, because I feel like it's going to pop the angel more because of the color. So we shall see. I'm gonna put this on the side here, because I don't want to put it in water right away, because I still need to do the other side. And I might be out of the blue as well. I've had these paints for like so long. It's really nice to be able to get them used up. After a while, paint, like, it gets globby and it's not good. And so now I try not to buy as much at once, and I'm trying to use up what I've got before I buy a new one. And I'm really trying to cover as much as possible all the brown. I was thinking on how I could make these my own, you know, because the kit already is complete, so it really doesn't need much. You could just use the brown labels, and that would still be pretty. But as I said, I like making it my own. I didn't want to just do that. you're hearing the vacuum outside, the windows open because it's such a beautiful day. Once I'm finished with this, I'll probably go and garden a bit and then come back and do some work for Etsy and listing vintage items. Okay, so the blue is pretty much done. There's a little bit of a glub here. Just dry this off just a tad. This way I can turn them and not ruin them. Of course, I don't really need to do both sides if I didn't want to, but I just think it's going to be nicer, and whoever gets these can actually use the tags on something else. Like they can remove the tags from this and use the tags after on something else. Plus, if you can see, the back does get colored, so would not necessarily be nice. Okay, so then I'm gonna put some yellow, and my yellow is really gooky. They're putting away the tempo, which is the car what's it called in English? Use it to protect the car from the snow in the winter time, so you don't have to clean your car off in the morning, which is nice. But now, like, they obviously removed it a few weeks ago, but now they're putting the pieces into the shed. It's really starting to feel like spring and summer is coming. Can't believe we're in May already. It's crazy. Okay, so that's that. Then I'll do some green. Add a little bit more. The green, paint, I love how messy this is. It's just a lot of fun to make backgrounds this way, and they always turn out unique, which is another reason why I love this so much. You never know how it's going to turn out exactly from one to the next. Okay, so there it is. Okay, and I want to use some blue. My fingers are getting messy, but that's part of the deal. I think I'm gonna open it up because I don't have a lot left in this. It's gonna be faster to just open it up. I can't wait to see what it looks like with the charm on top. Pretty sure it's going to be really cool. And as I said, in the description box below, you'll find the links to all of these, to the products. And what's really cool is that you don't have to, because sometimes you're not necessarily into jewelry making. So this way you have the stuff already done. You don't need the tools for the jewelry making, but you can have the fun of having the charm, you know? Okay, so pretty good. I believe I covered pretty much everything. So this one is going to go there. Add a little bit more yellow to some spots, which I find the yellow disappeared a bit. Okay, now I'll put that into water as well, and then I just need to make sure that this is put away so that I do not put my stuff in it, because that's the type of thing I would do. And obviously I'll make a mess, even more of a mess than what I have already. Dry this off a bit. Even if it gets smudged, doesn't really matter. I love using these type of platters and stuff for this, because when you're finished you can just put it away and let it dry by itself, and like you don't have to handle the things and move them around. Also makes the cleaning much easier. Like as you can see, there's many paint layers on this, and it doesn't really matter. So any platter that you can find at the thrift store does the job. Okay, so then usually I would have done the black first, but I'm thinking that they're quite dark, so I'm gonna do some of the white first, and then I'll see about the black, what I do, like if I do stamping or not. So just a bit of paint, not too much. I'm using one Punchinella as my type of stencil. One of my favorite tools. And a makeup sponge, so very inexpensive. And I know that you guys like painted papers, so I figured that you would enjoy this mixed media type of video. This is different. It's a different way of using the wonderful products from Pandahall Selected than for just jewelry making. And that's the fun part with doing mixed media, because there's no, you can use all kinds of supplies for all kinds of things, and it's just all fun. Basically, you just have fun with it. And I love that you could use the beads in projects and charms and need a little bit more weight. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Let's turn these around again and see if I'm missing any white, or if I find that I've got enough. A little bit more on this one. Okay, so pretty cool. Just use the rest of it on my little ATCs. Okay, so there's that. And this, I'm gonna put the little brush, the little makeup sponge in there. Okay, so now the question is, do I add stamping or not? It could be fun, but I don't know if I want it or not. I need to figure this out. What would be fun too would be to add a little word to them as well. Might be something I want to do. Let's see. I have a crackle type of finish. Let's see, would this show up? Let's see it a bit, but not much. Doesn't really make a big difference, actually. I'll still do it, but I think I'm gonna do it only on one side. I won't take the time to do it on the other side, because my background ended up being very dark. Sometimes my backgrounds are much lighter and the stamping would have shown more, but here in this case it's really not showing much, so it's kind of useless to spend a lot of time doing that. Okay, so at this point I'm thinking I want to add a little something to these. So got a few options. One of them is I'm gonna be doing some edging to these, so I'll just edge them in black. And do the same thing on the back. Also wondering if I want to, might do the heart in black as well to highlight it a little bit more. Maybe that's going to be my black element. And then I'm thinking at the top of the tag it might be fun to use I have one of those little punches that you can make little eyelets, and thinking it'd be fun to make a black little eyelet for that. And I could use some of my paper scraps, my black paper scraps, to do this. Really want to completely, you know, finish this off so that it's a nice finished product. These would be cool too if you let's say you attend some of those craft fairs type of thing. You could make stuff like this, and because you're finishing off the tags a little bit more, it would definitely look handmade. Even if you didn't make the little angels, they still would look more handmade, and you could, you know, it's not very expensive, a full big pack of these, and I'm pretty sure that they would sell well. So if you're into craft fairs and stuff like that, maybe that's an idea for you. Honestly, so far I've been wanting to do craft fair with Annie for like the longest of times, but both of us have a lot of trouble making enough that we could actually go to a fair and have stuff to sell. That's the big difficulty. You know, when you're doing that and you're retired from working a full-time job, I'm pretty sure, or if this is your full-time job, I'm sure that it makes it easier. But in my case, since it's not my full-time job, this is lot harder to find stuff, and already just making stuff to put in my Etsy store is a big thing, which is why I got some stuff printed, professionally printed, so this way it's my own products, but there's a lot more in stock than if it was just me and doing it this way, you know. I'm liking how these are turning out, and while I'm doing all the edging, it's allowing the ones I started with to finish drying. I'll be putting in the description box below as well, there's the link to my Etsy store, so if you're interested in one of these, go and check it out. You can get the finished product. There will be 10 of them. And once they're gone, because obviously these are unique. As you can see, even though I made them all at the same time, none of them is exactly the same. I'm going to try to put little words on them. Just have to figure out where to put it so that it doesn't affect the look of the thing with the charm on it. Get into the zone when you're just edging everything this way. Kind of relaxing. I love also the texture, the feel of this, because of it's really kind of cool. Oops. And finally the last one for that part of the process. But then, as I said, I want to highlight the heart. Okay, so that's done. I'm not going to do the edging for the altered playing cards, because those I'll do when I actually do the playing cards. I'll figure out how I do them, and it's going to depend on what I put on them and so on. I want to do the little heart, So I'm going to take this marker and I'm going to go around the heart with this marker. Doesn't show all that much, but it shows a little bit, so that's all that counts. It's all in the little details. Okay, do I want to do the other side too, since I'm doing this? Might as well, right? I don't want to regret it once I'm finished the whole process, and then I'm like, oh, I should have, could have, would have. Wish you could feel the texture that it gives, all the paint on it. Makes a really nice texture to this. I'll make sure I didn't miss any, because I'm not sure that if I turn them around or not. Okay, so we've got all of that done. Now the last step before putting a word would be to do the black, and I want to pull out my bit of scraps and find little pieces of black that I could use for this purpose. Like for example this piece here, so I only need like 10 of them. So one, well I need 20 actually, right? I don't like the punches that you don't see, but anyway. One, two, three, four. Oops. Didn't go all the way through. Still think I can fit one in there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15. 16, 17. I need only 3 more. One, 2, 3. Okay, so glue these down. Shoot my little cards like so. And I think it's going to reinforce the little card so that when you put the clip on it, it doesn't tear. And it gives an added little detail, which I'm all into little added details. Especially if you're going to sell stuff, like you really want to go all out. Okay, so this has both sides. They're all done. I'm loving this glue. It was gifted to me, and I love the nozzle, the fact that it's so thin. It's perfect for my crafting. Can't wait to see with the little charm how it looks. That's going to be the telltale sign that I did well or not. Okay, so that is all done. Now, for the word to use. Question is, what do I do? What type of word do I do? Do I use one of my Tim Holtz words? Or do I make my own? I think I'm going to use the Tim Holtz just because it's going to be easier for myself. Okay, so let's open one of the little charms. Where did I put the charms? Okay, so for example, this would be one of the little charms, and I'm going to be reusing these little baggies, so I'm going to be extra careful with them because I reuse everything basically. So then put this on here. Whoops. This on here. How cute is that? And then I'm gonna put, let's say, the word smile. Isn't that adorable? I mean, I just think it's super fun and would make, like I said, a really good little thing to use at a craft fair. So looking forward to knowing what you think. I'm going to be using more words on the rest, and I'll be putting these in my shop. And if you're interested in the products, don't forget to use the discount code that's listed in the description box below. And then you can go and shop. I'm telling you, there's all kinds of goodies there. You're gonna just adore it. So have fun, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.